In this video, we're going to look at how Dynamics 365 customer service can help cities improve resident satisfaction, reduce the workload of customer service agent, avoid escalations of cases, provide agent with smarter recommendations, and increase troubleshooting. My name is Samuel Boulanger, Technical Specialist at Microsoft. You can find more information about Dynamics 365 by clicking the link included in the description of the video. If you want to see more content around Dynamics 365, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. But first, let me introduce you to the two personas I'm going to use during the demo. First, Abraham is a resident who is a commuter and spends a lot of time in his car. Route damage can add to his commute, so he needs to be able to quickly report issues to the city. Then David, who's an agent who responds to escalations from the website. He needs to quickly identify the residents calling in to help them resolve their issues. Now, let's jump to it. Abraham first logs in on the 311 service portal by leveraging the single sign-in functionality of Azure Active Directory. Once logged in, different options are available to him from the top menu. He first can access the knowledge base, where he can search for any article related to the different services provided by the city. For instance, if he wants to know how to get vaccinated for COVID-19, he can open the COVID-19 category and then access all the information he needs without having to call the 311. You can also access a list of the city work orders with their status, so you can validate that the city is not already working on the issue before contacting them. Finally, from the support tab, you can easily track the progress of his cases, add details, or open a new one. Now, Abraham wants to report a light outage and decides to leverage the chat function of the portal. By clicking on the Let's Chat icon, he's greeted by the virtual assistant asking for his name. You can notice that the agent is now able to interact with Abraham using his name. Abraham then tells the assistant he wants to report a light outage. The assistant can then search inside his knowledge base and provide Abraham with relevant information. By clicking on the link, he now has access to the information he was looking for. No need to create a new case. Abraham also wanted to report a pothole. Using the browser location of Abraham, the assistant can determine in which area he is. Based on that information, the assistant can look into Dynamics 365 and identify that there are already existing work orders for potholes in the area. He then informs Abraham and asks him if he wants to share more details. Abraham asks to chat with an agent, so the assistant automatically creates a case and leverages the unified routing functionality of Dynamics 365 to automatically connect him with the right person. Now let's switch persona and look at how David will be able to assist Abraham. From the Omnichannel for Customer Service main page, David can easily identify work items available to work on, his current work items, his performance regarding his cases, the hot topics right now based on recent cases, and all his activities. Once he's ready to receive an incoming chat, he can change his status to available. He then sees a pop-up notifying him of the incoming chat request from Abraham. He clicks accept to initiate the chat. The new open tab shows to David different information regarding the customer in the case. He can consult the conversation between Abraham and the bot to get more context before interacting with him from the conversation panel. Notice the sentiment analysis at the top of the panel, which will evolve as the conversation goes on using text recognition and AI. From the right side panel, David can leverage the Smart Assist feature, which uses AI to propose the most relevant knowledge base articles and similar cases based on the information gathered during the conversation. This information will evolve as the conversation goes on. Using the agent scripts, he can follow a predefined script that will guide him through the different steps he needs to follow to resolve this case. The first step is to identify the resident, so David opens the Resident tab. From this tab, he has a 360 view of Abraham profile. He can see information regarding the different services for which he inquired. He can see applications such as permit requests. He can also see all cases opened at the request of Abraham. He can see any appointments scheduled with the city, such as this one here to follow up on his access to the city portal. And finally, he can see which city benefits Abraham is leveraging right now and for which one he's eligible. Now that David has identified the resident, he can mark the first step as completed and move to the next one, which is to ask for the location of the issue. From the Case tab, he can have a complete view of all the cases opened by Abraham. By clicking on the location icon next to the case, he can visually see where the issue is located. By clicking on Show Nearby Cases, you can quickly see that there are already cases open for the same issue. Based on this information, he can notify David that the city is already aware of the pothole. However, Abraham is mentioning that there was quite a bit of additional road damage in the last 15 minutes. David can now complete the step Ask for Location and move to the next step, which is asking for evidence. Abraham can simply upload the requested evidence directly from the chat. David can then download the evidence and attach it to the case by leveraging Power Automate. To do so, you only need to download the picture on his desktop, click on Ask for Evidence, then select the picture you want to upload, and click on Run Flow. And the picture will automatically be attached to the case. You can then navigate to the Dispatch Board tab and select one of the open cases regarding the pothole issue. You can see that the dispatch team is already on its way and should be at the location in 30 minutes, so he shares this information with Abraham. Before wrapping up the call, David updates the case by adding details and indicates that the first response has been sent to the customer, which will stop the SLA timers on the main case. Once completed, he checks the Update Case step. Finally, the last step is to wrap up the call and resolve the case. David validates that everything has been covered and that Abraham is happy with the outcome. He can now resolve the case. To do so, he indicates how he resolved it, which may later be used to resolve similar cases using the Smart Assist functionality that we've seen at the beginning. And finally, he enters the billable time. Later on, Abraham sees that he received an email from the city regarding the resolution of his previous case. He opens the email, clicks on the survey invitation, and answers the survey. He shares his experience and how the global experience was, how friendly was the agent, and why he gave him that score. He then gives a global rate to the service and can add additional notes. This data will then be tracked under his contact and will help the city to improve his customer service. In the past, a non-emergency report such as a streetlight outage would have clogged the service centers with incoming calls. With the applications of virtual agents, the city is able to deflect non-emergency calls from the call center and instead effectively service citizens with intelligent virtual agents. For urgent reports, the bot quickly captures the necessary information that guarantees the incoming chat is assigned to the right persons to resolve. This lowers average handling times and lower cost. Finally, Dynamics 365 automatically sends a survey to citizens as soon as the case is resolved and attaches the response to the case record. This improves agent efficiency and drives continuous improvement. If you want more information on how Dynamics 365 can help your city deliver more value to your citizens and staff, don't hesitate to contact your local Microsoft specialist. Thank you for watching.